reached into his pack and handed him a small black bag with a Velcro top. "Put the iPhone in this," Morris said. "It's a signal-blocking pouch. It prevents your phone from talking to any friendly or unfriendly networks."
"Handy," said Weber appreciatively. He inserted his phone in the pouch.
"You want to know how vulnerable you are, Mr. Weber? I'll show you later at the Rio. What you see there will frighten you, I promise."
"That's why I came," said Weber.
An hour later, after Weber had unpacked his bag and made some business calls on the hotel phone back home to Seattle, the two men were in a taxi taking the short ride from Caesars across I-15 to the Rio, which was hosting the main events of the convention. Morris led the way. He'd changed into a black hoodie. On the way in, he got nods from occasional passers-by. Weber wondered whether these were other intelligence officers trolling for talent, or agents inside the hacker world, or perhaps just kindred spirits. They stopped to register at a VIP booth just outside the main convention area. Weber felt uncomfortable, watching the Mohawks and bullet heads walk past. Their T-shirts advertised their passion for undoing the ordered world. "Hackito ergo sum," read one. "Hack the cloud," boasted another. "Carnal knowledge of death," warned a third. A convention organizer handed Weber his entry badge. It was an odd-shaped device with plastic representations of Egyptian gods and mummies below an electronic pod with a circuit board packed with chips and transmitters. There was space for 3 AAA electric batteries on the back. Weber began to insert the batteries he had been given as part of his registration kit. "Don't turn it on," said Morris. "It's a mini-computer that'll connect to the mesh network. It can track wherever you go here. It may have a camera and microphone. Leave it off. You're a speaker. You don't need the badge turned on. I'll get you through if there's any hassle." Weber put the odd-shaped device, unwired, around his neck and passed through the entry portal to respectful nods from the gatekeepers toward his guide. "I take it you've been here before," Weber said, joining the stream of the crowd, entering the convention space. "I've been coming to DEF CON for 10 years, said Morris, leaning toward Weber and speaking quietly. "It's my favorite honeypot." "You recruit here?" asked Weber. "I've hired some of my best people off the floor." He pointed to an overweight, pimple-faced young man in baggy cargo shorts and sandals, and a goth girl shrouded in black who was sucking on a lollipop. "These people may not look like much, but when they write code, it's poetry." Weber nodded to Morris, as if to say, "I get it." This was why he had accepted the invitation to speak at the hacker convention. As a member of the Intelligence Advisory Board, he wanted to see the future of intelligence. He had asked the board's director if the intelligence community could suggest a smart young tech specialist who knew the scene. They had assigned him James Morris, who had already earned a reputation at the CIA's Information Operations Center for his technical prowess. "Come on, sir, I want to show you something scary," said Morris, leading the older man down a long, black-walled corridor to a crowded area at the center of the convention space. They moved through a knot of people who had dressed as if for a Halloween party. Eventually they came upon a jumbo screen framed by cardboard cartoon cutouts of sheep standing in trench coats and sunglasses. On the screen was a scroll of names and numbers. "What the hell is this?" asked Weber. "It's called the Wall of Sheep." Morris pointed to the information scrolling above them in a continuous thread. "Those are the login names and passwords of people whose communications are being intercepted right now, in real time." Weber shook his head. His hand went to the cell phones in his pocket. "It's that easy?" he asked. "This is slow. You should see what I can do with my machines at the agency." Morris guided Weber through some of the other exhibits. They wandered into an area called Lockpick Village, which was devoted to cracking physical locks on doors, windows, safes, and anything else that could be locked. They strolled past booths where vendors offered specialized computer gear, cheap circuit boards, T-shirts, beer. In another room, teams were arrayed at different tables.